Hello everyone, story time with Mr Brine. It is the 5th one since I've started doing my fundraising for the marathon this year. So 5 stories in 2022 so far. Check out the rest of the channel because I've added some of the old classics from last time around, including like Bear Hunt and the book with no pictures. So have a look through, explore the other videos. Feel free to send any of them viral. This story is for Isla. Now, Isla's mum actually gave me some sponsor money quite a few weeks ago, but I don't see Isla very often, so I've not had a chance to ask her what story she wanted. It's going to be the Gruffalo's Child. Now, I did actually just say, didn't I? I called it Storytime with Mr Brine. I hope you don't mind. I've got a friend of mine to come and read it for you today. She's been very busy this weekend, but she said she was happy to read this story for Isla. So Isla, I hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to go and get my friend to read this story for you. Okay, I'll be back. Right back. Hello. I've been very busy this weekend. It's time for me to read The Gruffalo's Child. The Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever set foot in the deep, dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once, said the Gruffalo. I met him a long, long time ago. What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. Is he terribly big and terribly bad? I can't quite remember, the Gruffalo said. Then he thought for a moment and scratched his head. Oops, I nearly got my crown then. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his terrible tail is terribly long. His eyes are like pools of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire. One snowy night, when the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo's child was feeling bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave, so she tiptoed out of the Gruffalo's cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into the woods went the Gruffalo's child. Aha! Aho! A trail in the snow. But whose is this trail and where does it go? A tail poked out of a log pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse? Out slid the creature. His eyes were small, and he didn't have whiskers. No, none at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. He's down by the lake, eating Gruffalo cake. The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Aha, oh-ho, marks in the snow. But whose are these claw marks, and where do they go? 2 eyes gleamed out of a treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Oh no, of course not. Down flew the creature. His tail was short, and he didn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse, to-woo, not I, but he's somewhere nearby, eating Gruffalo pie. The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Aha, oh, a track in the snow. But whose is this track, and where does it go? Whiskers at last, and an underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery, his tail wasn't scaly, his whiskers weren't wiry. You're not the mouse. Oh no, not me. He's under a tree, drinking Gruffalo tea. It's all a trick, said the Gruffalo's child, as she sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house. Not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste good for a midnight feast. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat, there's a friend of mine you ought to meet. If you'll let me hop onto a hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend so bad and so big. The Gruffalo's child unclenched her fist. The big bad mouse, so he does exist. The mouse hopped onto the hazel tree. He beckoned, then said, just wait and see. Out came the moon, it was bright and round, and a terrible shadow fell on the ground. Who is this creature so big, bad, and strong? His tail and his whiskers are terribly long. His ears are enormous, and over his shoulder he carries a nut as big as a boulder. The big bad mouse, yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. Aha, aho, prints in the snow, but whose are these footprints and where do they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored, and the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. I hope you all enjoyed the story. I'll just go and get Mr. Brine for you. Oh, well, what do you think? Do you think the Queen did a good job with that story? I think maybe she had a bit of a sore throat, and you know, she's quite old. I'm not sure how good she is with technology. I get the feeling that maybe her head might have gone off the top a little while, and well, she did her best. She's in her 90s, isn't she? Hope you all enjoyed that. I'll see you again soon.